The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
I wonder where humans come from.
Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world! We've been looking forward to it!
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment, I'll fetch the tickets. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Damn.
Ooh, front row seats! Thanks, Lenny!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Linny.
Big ass fucking. What is this? Holy shit! Oh my god. What the
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Who is that next to us?
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
Isn't that usually your job?
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry, Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about? Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to.
Bro, his eyes are...
There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
What?
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
This animation is looking good. Holy crap.
Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully.
What's happening?
With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Great magic show.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member.
Oh no, don't pick me.
Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do
You're so
this?
loud,
Hey, do you think
Paimon.
this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector.
Oh no.
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60! 59! 58!
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54, 53, 52? Huh?
Calm
Why
down,
aren't you
Paimon.
counting, Nervalette?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, all right. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
40, 39, 38! Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25! 24! 23! What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Holy Oh. Oh shit.
What happened?
Oh my god.
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe.
Damn.
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
Hello?
Hey, it's been like a really long time.
Yeah, it is.
As of now,
You okay?
we are still not sure why we
Yeah.
found Cowell in the box, rather than the
I'm
guests
just
from the
streaming
audience.
Genshin Impact. For the fontaine.
And after an initial
They
search
just
of the
added-
area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to
Sorry,
be
if
found.
You're streaming, do you need me to leave then?
Huh?
Since you're streaming, do you need me to leave then?
No, it doesn't matter.
It appears that this
Okay.
incident was
I
not
left
merely some
it
mishap with the performance.
Open for people to join if they want. If I didn't want anybody to join, I would put it as a request to join.
And there are many indications
Sometimes we
that it is
forget.
connected with the case of the serial
Yeah.
disappearances of young women.
And I've been kind of doing Genshin on and off, and I just find playing
The
Genshin
serial
a lot
disappearances
easier
case?
in a party with someone else who's also playing it.
Uh-huh.
just start the story today?
Huh?
Did you just start the story today?
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
How do
I
you feel
know
about
the
Lenny?
truth. I can see through the whole thing.
Really? Sorry, this game
Using
is
such
pretty
a
loud. It's
shallow
hard for
and
me to hear
obvious
what you're
mystery
saying.
as his finale.
You're fine.
Did
I
he
was
really
asking how you felt
underestimate us
about
that
Lenny,
badly?
And I was also kind of talking low, so sorry.
Wait, what'd you say?
How do you feel about Lenny?
I don't know.
I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
I'm not gonna get this new character though.
Why me? This
I'm
whole
waiting
thing was
for
an
Jean-Louis
accident.
Banner to come out.
Respectable.
This
A lot
all
of people still
occurred
waiting
during
for
your
Jean.
magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of
I
your
got
assistants,
Lenny.
is he
It's like-
not?
Normally I don't like both characters, but thought I'd give it a change.
Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
I don't like this Hydro or Con.
That can't be right! How can Lenny do this?
She's weird.
He was in the box on the stage the entire time! We can even hear his voice! Besides,
I'm
before
not a
the
big
show, he
fan
told us
of
that he would like to catch the
the
criminal
English
behind the
voice actor
disappearances!
for her.
He couldn't possibly mean catching himself!
I'm like, what?
I'm not a big fan of the English voice actor for her. Just personally, like the voice on the Hydra Archon, that doesn't mix for me. Doesn't work.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met. Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw.
Don't want to find out.
But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order.
What part are you on?
Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in
Trying
her
to figure
sights.
out what happened to
But
the
putting her
one
dramatic
magic
rhetoric
show.
aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linny's attorney and defend him in this case? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linny and his troop are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Lenny!
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer? Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But, if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
I hate Paimon so much. She's wearing glasses with a mustache.
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
On the bright side, she's not as talkative as usual. So
Yeah.
I think I just jinxed
used
it.
her own savings
Now
to buy
for the
them.
rest,
It wasn't from our
because I
travel
finished
funds.
that part you're in. I'm not too far ahead, but that little trial thing took mad long.
Gosh.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed
Honestly,
isn't going to
how
help
much
me
you keep the
now.
glasses,
I need to
it
get
helps me
back to
feel
my normal
better.
self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence.
Primordial green plum.
Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. Well,
Yes, thank you so much.
I should already have a lot.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
Detective Paimon.
9 more.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
9 more is like...
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive!
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
I feel my anxiety going off the roof, and at the same time I feel calm. This is confusing.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Whoever the murderer was, why would it be?
I see that you're investigating the area.
That's new.
Well, if you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
We don't have too many... The Thud?
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath. So
that makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that.
Nope, I got one wish. Wish me luck.
And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
That's kind of funny.
Oh, that's true.
I have exactly one.
That does remind Paimon.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See? I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Lenny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Lenny reserved our seats for us, too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Even though it's bad for Lenny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Hello, Kali. Playing Fontaine crime scene situation.
What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case.
Oh,
apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
It's like he's being conductor, making the two Stingray dance. That is too cute.
Okay then.
I don't need to be so
Tempted
formal.
to kill them, but
If
I'll
you do
let
happen
them
to
live.
see the missing girl, please be. It is of utmost.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait! Paimon should write all this down! Let's take notes!
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's our...
both of you. Over here. I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Fancy rich lady?
Huh? You mean us?
That's right.
Bodyguards.
If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Navia. What?
Where? Wait, S.I. Is that...
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, Sarai Island.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
Is that the one you're talking
My
about?
apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
I cheated on that one. I looked
No,
at a guy.
no need. You don't have to call me boss.
Sometimes
Just
I feel like I don't
Navia
have
is
the
fine.
time for most of this.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
if you say so. Not the
Most of the time
remembers
I
of
will
Spina
try,
di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial
This
disappearance
rich lady
cases.
looks
My interest stems from a matter back from my
pretty.
father's time.
I like her outfit color.
Judging from the
I
look
don't
of
like her
things,
makeup.
I find Linny
don't
an
like her
unlikely
makeup.
mastermind.
Nah, they went OD
Oh,
on
she's
that.
Geo.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now.
She's been leaked. You'll see more of her later on.
But how did you come to that conclusion?
But if
Intuition,
you like her, I will tell
naturally.
you that she will be a
My
playable character.
unparalleled intuition.
For some reason, with her look, she kind of almost reminds me of Lisa. I don't know why.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny
fair, a lot
without
of
any
characters
decisive
are
evidence
copy
whatsoever.
paste.
Wasn't she?
Just with different facial
Perhaps
expressions
that's
and
not uncommon
hairstyles
for
and
her.
outfits.
If you remember, the justice had
Why
to
do you think we
interrupt her
struggle
and
to get
ask
so
if she
many
was
different
pressing
kind of
charges
guy
just to keep her from getting carried
big,
away.
I want a big and burly man. I want a tank. I want like one of
A
those
trial
big
begins
fatui
the
guys with a
moment
big ass
someone
hammer.
levels charges.
That's what I want.
And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Like, it still upsets me how they did Ito so wrong. Like, they need to give him a visual buff. Like, his
Well,
arms are just...
What's your opinion? I must admit that she
And
can
then
be
I'll hate
interesting at
them
times.
and the way that they,
Liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly
texture
agree
looks
with her.
Jacked.
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry. You won't hear
Like,
any
I
pointless
wanted to
questions
see
from me.
Details someday, but I always just get stuck with the male ones.
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
I even had to fall for Lenny.
Well?
And why would that be? See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You pass with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
Where's the rest of this guy's glasses? What?
I have nothing to add.
All he has is like the frame.
Alrighty then.
We'll be
He
making
doesn't
some
have the
preparations
part
first.
where like hooks around your ears.
Just be
you know
sure
what
to
I
let
mean?
us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks.
Whoever the murderer was, this rope Why would it be him? How strange. Gosh, no wonder the serial We all heard that noise, didn't we?
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
What kind of animal are these? Just whatever this thing is.
What's going on?
Huh?
What are you struggling with?
I'm just trying to figure out what kind of animal this person thing, whatever you want to say in Fontaine, is a guard. What is it? A goat? A sheep? I don't know.
It looked like a little dog to me.
They do have
After the
poodles.
Chief Justice gave the order,
there.
everyone coming in or
Are you
out
talking about the
must
things that
undergo
are sitting
a
on two
strict
legs and are
inspection.
weird and on a boat, or a little...
Yes, those things.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about something else. I mean, they do kind of look like little dogs. I just remember seeing a little Fontaine guard dog with a big old hat. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
he's so cute.
like I seen those ones. I'm like, they got a poodle.
So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point
I feel
on.
like there's some kind of water dryad kind of thing.
That's weird. Got a hand.
Kind of like how Nahida has like those mushroom things.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what those other things are. Like the Archon kind of like, I don't know, influence their creation in some way, shape, or form. I just work here.
Yeah.
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Millazines? She said millazines. We millazines are good at these sort of things. What is a millazine?
So, it's safe
Sounds
to say
like
the
a new
girl
drug ready
couldn't
to
have
hit the
left you
streets, and I'm
here.
ready.
Alright,
Don't do
thank you for
drugs.
your help. This will be
Stay in
useful
school.
info.
Or don't. But do. Just treat me.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lenny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting.
Go to the worship statue.
Understood.
The traveler.
Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Is what I think you're saying.
Alright,
might have...
can you even get to the Fontaine, Kale? Cause I'm pretty sure you can't, cause you're nowhere near going into Sumeru.
What? I take back my earlier statement. Only two of us here are nerds. Genshin nerds. You, sir, actually
Very good.
somewhat touch
Thanks
grass.
for being so agreeable.
Somewhat.
I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Goddamn. My heart.
But didn't you like just reinstall the game like yesterday?
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian
Oh my
angel.
God.
If you've got a problem, I've got
It
the
hurts.
firepower.
I can't breathe. Oh my god. I've never done this before.
Sorry, I got a
I've
little
done,
carried
like,
away there.
The share
Call me Navia.
screen
I'm a
before, but I
partner
never
of theirs,
actually
and
like
we'll be
pinned it
helping
to the
investigate
side.
this
That's
whole
actually pretty cool.
situation.
Ooh, I have to fix this. My Bennett has a default glider.
I like her boots, man. The frick.
Are you still stuck on
And these are my
one chick
companions. Would
with
you
the
mind if
makeup?
they join as well?
No, she just came in to talk to us again. I like her boots.
Fine by me.
Want me to ruin her for you a bit?
Oh, new helpers?
Okay, go ahead.
I would be most grateful.
She kinda, with that makeup, she kinda remind me of Jeffree Star a bit.
I know who Jeffree Star is. I've seen
You
his
see it a little bit,
videos.
right? You see it? I saw it.
Well, let's just say we're
at least she
tagging
looks
along.
better.
I watched
It's not
a
every
video
day
of
you
his
get to see the
house
secrets
tour.
behind magic performed on such
That
a large
huge ass
scale.
fucking mansion ass palace house. Damn.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
It's like my kind of style.
Like, the
of
only one I
mansion.
can't really stand from around that time period who's still annoyingly active is
Yes,
Logan
a
Paul. I
world of secrets is
despise
hidden
him.
beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Alright, your Genshin's making me depressed.
I'm not trying to
How
be
do I-
dramatic.
how do
Remembering
I-
the
how do
details
I
of a
stop
trick
the
will
split
help you
screen? What?
understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Whew, I
I
figured it out.
just Back out.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here?
Trying to
Where did
get
all
him
that go?
his co-op to like be open again.
Ah,
So I just told him
good
to do
eye.
all of your world
That said,
quests.
you're still far from
'Cause I
discovering
don't
the
know.
answer.
Here, look at mine, Kali.
The back? You mean the inside of the door?
Oh, it's gonna start
What's
from
different about
Mondstadt.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2
Here,
together, what do you get?
Give me share play. I'll do it. I'll figure it out.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
For a second, I forgot how to work the
Oh,
PlayStation.
so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
Okay, there it is.
This trolley can raise and lower and
Plus
even
shares.
rotate,
Oh, I have to
ensuring that the
request
box
it?
will face in the
Oh,
right direction.
There it is.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely.
I'm really tired, so
The
I'm
inner
sorry if
box
this
would
sounds
descend after the
obvious.
audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage.
So that's how you did it!
Wait, no. Oh yeah, you did.
Once the box was lowered,
There's a
the
little
trolley
bit
would
of
store
delay.
some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time!
Oh my
and
god!
You out for a moment near the end!
Okay, hold on.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by
How?
Lynette was used to achieve that effect.
You wish on a weapon banner, don't you? Every time you wish on a weapon banner. This is what this account screams. I don't
Assistant
see
and I had
any
already scripted our
other
conversation
5-star.
beforehand. When
Why?
the countdown began,
I
I
even-
would have gone to the opposite box via a tunnel
Holly,
using
I
that
even
So much
saw
potential
you on the corner of my
wasted.
eye when I have that view of your gameplay on my screen of you trying to wish for the Wanderer.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
What is he doing?
I am going to have a panic attack.
I was in the
Following
mezzanine
is-
space
wait.
in the back of the box.
This following quest needs to be completed before.
Oh, interesting!
Dude, Callie, read.
That's how we were able to coordinate
When you
Winnie's
click
lines
on
with
it,
the
it tells you.
And by the way, I was the one who walked.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes, and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick.
Why do you
Only
accept
Lynette
ones
and I
and
can
not
perform
do
it.
them?
So that's how it all works! Wow! Every detail you
I've
revealed
done
was more
every
amazing
single
than
of
the
my world quests and stuff.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back,
There's
and
like
then
some
I walk out of the other
world
box in the
quests
audience
that I
area,
seem
and the
to
trick
can't
would be
pass because
complete.
my characters aren't
The operative word here being
strong
would.
enough, apparently.
I'm pretty sure.
But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
It's gotta be one of your main story quests. I'd finish the Leeway one first, definitely. Before you go back to Inazuma, because you shouldn't be looking at Leeway ever again. For the most part. So do this one first.
We really don't know how that
Is
happened.
disabled,
If not for that
then
interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick.
you should be good.
I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to
Hey,
think
these
that
are
someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime.
Other quests.
Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Oh, God,
Yes, of
Captain.
course. No need to be so strict now.
pain.
I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Wait, I shouldn't say that. We shouldn't scare you away from Genshin. You must suffer like the rest of us have. Sword requests. Yeah, where did the spirit stone stand? Is this a sewer? Oh, wait, no, this is a chasm. That's the chasm.
Huh. What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Boss.
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Alright, let me just do this. Down here? This guy?
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
So you need to fight
Speaking
him?
of which, why would there be water
Do
here?
you want help?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear. And here's a broken vase. Huh.
Yes,
Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
Started the quest for you.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish.
What will
the
help
vase at
you
this distance.
is going for a 5-star.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
What's your traveler on? Oh, your traveler's on a lecture.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
Traveler isn't.
Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right.
And your team
And do you
comp
really
is
need to do
Traveler,
that if you're
Sayun,
kidnapping
Ningguang,
them?
Amber.
Paimon's glasses just changed.
Did
She's got swirlies on her glasses now. The frick? Before I can just see through it with her eyes.
So
What?
Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
I remember those days where you thought you were doing good and you got your ass kicked because you leveled up too high, and then you were stuck. Oh god.
What is this place?
It seems someone
You know
could
what
fit
would
through
really
here.
have helped you at this point?
Huh.
Is
Could
if
this
you
have
came
been
back
the suspect's
a little
escape route?
bit sooner. Saved up
Alone,
and got
perhaps. But if they had to pull an...
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Your account a bit more. Do you even have
Oh, you're right.
a healer?
Let Paimon write that down.
And you can yell at me to get off your account.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back
your
up.
main healer on your account that you have right now. Fuck Barbara. Don't touch Barbara. I mean, you can. But you have a Bennett. Use Bennett. And he's C1. And you're gonna get a free C2.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the
Use
crime
Bennett
scene.
as your healer, and he's also
Let's find a place to
buffer.
sort out.
So
Apologies for the wait.
Focus around him.
What did the guards
That
say?
will definitely
Did
help.
the criminal escape through the
Don't
vent?
C6 him. If you get
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
Jinchu's
So the
really
tunnels
good too.
become like a secret chamber then.
You do. If
You know,
you
like
do
the kind you
Jinchu,
usually see in
Bennett,
novels.
Zhongling, and then even maybe Lynette. you might have a bit of an easier time for reactions.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death
My God.
are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
So fucking scared. Let me quick set up a team for you real quick so you never forget this.
I've saved
Okay.
a shit ton of wishes and primo gems for Mr. Zhongli.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be
I have, like, a
upheld
total
unless we
of-
make some considerable progress.
174 wishes that I can do.
Charges and then trial.
That's why you gotta save
So
for
if
a
the
certain
charges are
character that
upheld,
you
they'll
want to get.
announce a sentence?
That's
You could
right.
be a Zhongli.
This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
Gosh, look, hear me out, right? Between all the characters he's gotten that he has so far, majority of them 4 stars. The best that you can make up is Zhongling, Jingqiu, Bennett, and Lynette. And Bennett with Jingqiu and Zhongling is actually a popular team comp that people do. And then they'll have like another DPS. Like, oh my, dude, even if you go for somehow get Yelan, that might help you out. Like, instead of Lynette, use Yelan. Time to see your collection of weapons.
I
That'll
don't have
make me
most of those
cry.
characters that you just said. I only go for the ones that I
Swear,
like.
if you have,
This is how indemnitium is
if you have some
produced.
of the most cracked weapons, I'm gonna be upset.
The statements from both sides,
How?
the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies,
You have no
and
weapons!
even the audience's emotions will all be
Where are you
projected on the
putting all your
Oratrice.
primos?
God, Colin, you need help with this. Severe help.
This just gave me severe depression that I already had, but now it's multiplied.
Simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
Not a single 5-star weapon. Not a single limited 5-star character. What the fuck are you doing?
I saw.
Okay, no.
This also precludes
I
any
know
kind
what
of
you're doing.
favoritism on the
You're not
part
doing
of the
your
Chief
dailies.
Justice. And not that this has
You're
ever
not
happened
really doing your
anyway.
quests. That's your problem.
Once both
Do your
sides have
dailies.
finished speaking, the
And do your
Chief
quests.
Justice will make
'Cause
his final
basically,
decision.
Technically, have
This,
a baby
too,
account
will be
just
used by the
pushing
Oratrice as a
into
reference.
Inazuma, it looks like.
Then, finally,
Like you
the
finished
Oratrice will be
Gleeling
consulted by
yesterday.
officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh?
I mean, you'll
So
get
that
there,
machine
but
is
you
the one
have
that
work
actually
to do.
decides? I thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little
you have
difference.
fun,
Both have always
don't
come to the
burn
same
yourself out.
judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
Also, I just need to check
yes,
one
the
more
guards
thing.
also
And
asked
if
me
you
to
actually
convey
have it
that
done,
none of
then
us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons
already
related to the
that one.
case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we
You're
happen to
level
spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
But this is like the initiation to like the hell of Genshin.
That said,
Is
I didn't find
getting all the
Of
Chioculus,
course.
so you get
I just
more
hope you don't
stamina, higher
mind the
stamina bar.
lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes
Yeah, other
is
than
not in the
that,
cards, nor
pretty
is
much
any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here.
Figured
Pity.
it out.
I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
Ooh, dessert.
I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Okay. There we go.
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding,
And at
just
least
kidding.
you'll have people to
Paimon will
help
still do
you.
her best, even if there are no snacks.
I'm
What
trying.
do you mean, no snacks?
It's hard when I'm not
Of course
there.
we'll have snacks.
in
If we cannot buy
your
some, then we'll
world.
simply make some.
And I'll help too. I like
Uh-huh.
playing Genshin, but it's just
Here?
better with, with
how?
actual other people in a party.
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable
My-
stove with you?
Oh,
My
what?
homework for you is to
How did
basically
they fit
save
that
Yes,
stove
are
in
you
there?
prepared to meet the demoiselle's
And
baking
all
needs
your
whenever the
wishes.
fancy strikes her?
I'd say for maybe 2 or 3 patches, and then go
I have
all
eggs,
in
sugar,
on
and
go
almonds at the
all
ready.
in on a main DPS character or run.
Good work, you two.
Wait for
Then
a
I'll get
rerun.
to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome
And then
snacks
after
soon
this,
enough.
we have Zhongli and
three
I
are
think
quite the
was it
interesting
Child?
group.
Kashi, do you know?
No, what?
Who the next
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was
five-star
still in
coming
the
out after
oven.
this one?
Oh, it's even
think
better
it was
now.
Zhongli.
Hold
Paimon
up.
can't stop drooling.
My sister already told me who it is, and it is Zhongli and Child. They're putting Child with
Okay.
Zhongli. Removing Tanari's banner because you can get him in the standard banner. Same with Dia.
We don't
That's
talk
what they're
about
doing.
Dia. They did my girl so wrong. But in a way,
She made some
From the way
macaroons.
you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more
In a
during the
way.
baking process.
her kit was like going
But
to
you ended
work
up doing the entire
later
thing by
on. She
yourself.
actually works with
Beating the
Lenny.
egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Those people are weird.
Paimon was just thinking.
I
Are
was
you
giving
worried
an
about getting your
applause.
fancy dress
I'm
dirty,
giving a
beating egg whites and
smile.
baking
What?
like this?
Ooh, that reminds me. I need to change.
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg weights, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack.
For what to be
Oh! I was
Oh.
right what she made. I thought they would be called something else. I didn't think they were actually macarons.
Anyway, give these a try.
They
Fresh out of the
look
oven.
exactly
There's 3
like
for each of us.
macaroons. I'm confused. Are you okay?
I just said macaroons because that's what it looks like what she made for us to eat. And I didn't think that they were actually macaroons.
Well, eating too many
Do you
sweet
not know where
treats might send
macaroons
all that
originally came
sugar
from?
to your head.
No, but I know
You wouldn't
that
be
my
able to
two
think
sisters
clearly about the
make
case
them.
on a sugar rush, would you?
That's actually one dessert.
Tea
I
is ready to be
wouldn't mind
served as
learning.
well.
But then I'll be
This
upset
is
that it probably
Demoiselle's
takes
favorite,
forever
strong
and really
black
obnoxiously
tea with a
annoying to
floral
make.
fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Just for me to eat it all in like 5 seconds.
I don't even know what they taste like. I've never had them.
They are so good. You can order them too, online.
No
Or
need
if you
for
want an
concern.
easier
I'm
method,
merely doing
at
as
some
I should.
stores they do sell them, and they're like sold in like the frozen food section in the freezer. Costco has everything. Oh, one store I'm gonna miss is Wegmans.
One video that I
Wegmans, if you know
saw
about it, has nice stuff.
that I would like to try and make those strawberry shortcake muffins. That looks like it would be good.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber.
Anime, right?
However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines.
You like anime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, Zenitsu from Demon Slayer?
No, who?
Zenitsu from Demon Slayer.
See, oh yeah.
The Japanese voice actor for him is Lenny. And a couple other characters too. They're bringing out all the top people for Fontaine.
Yeah. Characters that I like for the Demon Slayer is like Tanjiro, I like Shinobu. Inosuke.
The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Are you caught up with Demon Slayer?
No, last I've seen was the train arc, and I haven't watched the other.
You're not a real anime fan? How dare you? You should have been on
Everyone was watching.
It's like you neglecting Genshin for a year and a half. When Genshin's supposed to be your life. Supposed to be your life until you finish a lot of things, and then it's still your life because you gotta farm for artifacts that never want to give you shit for 4 months.
Well, I need the username and password for my brother to get into like Hulu.
No, I use Crunchyroll.
I use my brother's account for Hulu.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel. Resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Black Butler?
Of course, and yes, I know they're bringing out more, and I'm excited.
Yeah, yes. I'm so excited.
I can't wait to again be possibly taken away by my Zaddy Butler.
Yeah.
He's not really my type per se, but he can make it work.
True.
I like him big and burly.
None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person.
I like him chunky. Chunky.
I know that everybody hates like the second season of Black Butler.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even really remember.
When
the new one comes out, I'll have to rewatch it.
Like at the end, Ciel turns into a demon, so Sebastian is forever his butler.
Damn, you're making me want to rewatch Demons. I said Demon Slayer.
But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
Excuse me if you heard that.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup,
Yeah,
she would need to
made
understand the entire
the
trick
house
to pull
shake.
it off.
You made it quake.
Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search?
I'm sick of clicking X all the
From
time.
the
I'm
sound
just
of
gonna let
things,
it
this
keep
is
on
turning
going.
into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing, though, Navia. They smell great. They're nice and crisp and super sweet.
They are my specialty, after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you?
Sorry,
If Paimon ate
Fiber,
those 2
for not
extra
believing
macarons,
you, not
then
eating
may they
so
turn
many
into stone in her
macarons.
stomach.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake.
We all know
No
she
big
did it in
deal.
her mind.
Maloose, set up the stove again
She
if you
always
would.
eat a shit ton of food.
What are you doing?
Making sure everyone
I
gets
just
3
don't
macarons,
understand
of
how
course.
much food that she can fit in that tiny body.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Oh no.
Well, this
Someone
really
I
is
can
your
advise,
hobby,
but
huh?
Timmy ruined my Genshin Impact experience.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know
I
what
think
we're
my
looking
new
for
bio is
yet.
pretty top tier.
But we've still
I
got some
Lenny the
time.
Magician,
As attorneys,
and I
I
got
suggest the 2 of you think the case over
movie
again.
titled The Greatest Showman.
It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right. Thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Delete Barbara.
It's time
why
to
do
put
we
our
gotta
heads together.
put my
We've gotta get
Nico
our
on? I
defense
had
ready for the
Shao
trial.
on.
Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
I gotta wait until the trial on the following day, 8 o'clock. Let me fast forward a time.
Could you imagine if Mario was actually scamming like that and had you wait until 8 o'clock? I'd lose my shit.
So, I just can't wait until this exact time.
Or,
Dan
hear me
will
out,
sooner die again than lay a hand
Probably
on
would
me.
quit
get
the game,
more.
play something else.
Hear me out. If VR ever gets like even better to where actually like sort our online top shit, then maybe they'll have a thing or like come back and do this quest at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Slap on your VR headset. Be there. Or imagine if you have to work in VR. That'd actually be kind of cool.
Playing this with VR? VR headset? I wonder what that would look like.
It would look overwhelming. I remember being somewhat upset because like I saw the commercials and stuff for Genshin, and they made it seem like you can just fly infinitely. And then I went gliding. I was like, what the hell is this bullshit? I keep touching the ground. I want to fly.
We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands.
Genshin becomes hell after the 6th hour.
Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Someone with a low AR, let me join so I can feel stronger right now. How dare you decline?
Wait, what?
No, I'm bored and I don't feel like doing my quest right now, so I'm just looking at people to join.
Oh, somebody declined your request.
Yeah, it was hella rude. They had 3
I
out of 4
don't
people.
decline
Why couldn't I have the
people's
last
requests. I just let it run.
I mean, that's what you should be doing because you got your quests to do.
Like, I'd be like trying to do something that I'm like busy on, and I get some random trying to join, like, bruh.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of happens to me too. Always be at the weirdest times.
Did you know
too.
that tomorrow they're gonna be having Red Dead Redemption 1?
Finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation
PS4,
go?
so you can play it. Now, yeah. It's tomorrow that they're gonna be coming out with it. They're not gonna update the graphics, obviously, so it's gonna be like a PS3 graphics.
Gross.
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well, now, don't
remember
you
when I
all
finally
look
upgraded to
disappointed.
PS5.
Don't tell me that your investigation
Genshin
came
on
up
PS4 was
empty-handed.
atrocious.
Slow ass
Like,
when loading.
Yeah, they never bothered to go ahead and try to help us out and fix it.
That was to be expected, of course.
Mobile was
The
fast,
guilty
too.
can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that
I used to
stop
get
you.
mad because,
I
like,
shall be
people would just
terribly
start
disappointed should you,
the bosses
my most
super early, or they
anticipated
wouldn't
foe,
even wait for me to load
concede
in.
so easily.
I even had to come in the defense of one guy because this dude was throwing a fit. And I was like, dude, can you not tell he's PS4?
Hey.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show
Wait, how do you
incident
pronounce
is
this
now in
dude's
session.
name? Fuck, I don't remember. But I like his eye color.
Are you talking about the judge dude?
Yes, him.
I'm just calling Nutella from now on.
Nutella.
Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and
He's got
results of the
new in his
incident,
name, so
could
it's
we
Nutella
please have
from
Mr.
now on.
Linney explain the trick?
Imagine
Yes,
if I'm
of
actually
course.
able to get that
I
stick
will
and everyone just
explain
starts
while
calling
Lynette
Nutella.
demonstrates
I'll
on
be happy as
stage.
fuck.
All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney.
Oh, hell
In
no.
that case, I take your
hate
statement to be that
Sometimes.
you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the
Bro,
first
what is
shot
wrong
and
with
break
this
this case wide
hydro?
open.
God.
Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing anything that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see.
Did I
But
use
when the
Albedo
count
to
reached
create
30
this
seconds or so,
magician dude?
there was a thud. One so loud
'Cause he
that I
looks like
believe
Albedo.
practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Albedo 0.20.
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Oh no.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
They're Fatui?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true? Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad!
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vitui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But, like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two.
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go into the... wherever the fucking shit is called.
If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusation... Huh?
Press L1.
Oh,
And
Paimon
then
thinks she gets what you
the
mean.
right analog stick, go to the left, the one that looks like a compass. And then the curtain never falls on magic. It's the second one from the top. The curtain never falls on magic.
It'll show the
Did you already-
4-star cat girl.
Did you already do it because you have Lynette? Did you wish on the banner at all? The new one?
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Shit, what the hell?
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Go down.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
Exit out of that.
He did not realize that the sound could be
Press
heard by
options.
everyone in the opera house, which is why he
Go
claimed
to,
earlier that he could not hear the
which
sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing
Do
her.
you remember wishing on
At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught
on that
Linny red-handed.
Which
So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice
Press
through
up
the
on the
magic
D-pad
box
now.
in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
No, it's down. History is
And
down.
there you
I
have
can't
it.
really see it.
That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linny experienced and what he saw.
And what's the date on it? I can't see it. What's the date on it? Yeah, I think you already claimed your free Lynette.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
No, I'm here. She is free. Like just one copy of her is free, basically. And
I'm
then
just gonna press buttons to try and figure this out myself instead of actually trying to solve.
yeah, I saw her in your own thing.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Oh. Yeah, I know. You missed out basically on like 5 years worth of shit. Feels like.
Linny
It's all
went to the room
Kakashi's
that
fault.
contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
See, she's not even denying it. She knows she didn't rope you into Genshin hard enough, and this is what happened.
What?
I said what I said. Plead the fifth right
I'm
now.
actually gonna try and solve this instead of constantly clicking buttons. I already got 2.
Are you arguing?
Lenny did not
back?
take part in
Why
the
you
underground
think you
altercation.
Yes, I am.
He only witnessed traces of the
audacity.
aftermath.
Sorry, we'll get the Hydro Arcana judge you.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
We already know she can't judge shit.
When the
so
countdown
she'll
started,
you.
Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel.
Damn it.
But he immediately...
Party that I showed
Hey,
you.
so what the hell just happened? It kicked me out of my own party.
It's called The Shining. Get it right? Nah, you got impeached. This is
What
my
did you
party
do
now.
to get me kicked out of my own party, man?
Entanglement.
I'm pretty sure the stream is still up.
What were we saying again?
Yes,
So,
When
if
last we left
you,
off, Mr. Linney
keep
acknowledged
that
the
one
new
to,
evidence presented by Lady
the
Farina as
Xingqiu
fact.
Xiangling
Therefore, Lady
bad.
Farina may continue stating her
Wait
reconstruction
until
of the
another
events.
character that you may actually possibly like that will
That took
synergize
long
with
enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their
them. Like, you
attention
can even maybe just wait for,
at this stage,
well, Xingqiu
let's
isn't really
revisit
that,
that
good for
scene
Lenny.
from Linny's
They'd honestly
perspective.
go for Yelan again when she comes back out. But also, the other
As
thing
the
is
countdown
just
began,
what
he
playstyle
entered the
suits
tunnel.
you and what you may find fun. Don't be like one of those meta guys. You don't have
When
to.
the flatbed truck, he did not realize.
I
Finally,
already
he
did
used them
this,
at
but
this
it's
time.
making me do
So
it again
Lenny
because it
pressed
lagged a
afterward.
little.
Lenny
and it
passed
made me
the
go back.
I'm
unconscious
trying to
Halsey
teach
to his
someone how to
accomplice.
Genshin again, okay, damn it.
And there you have it. That's
Does the defendant's
Gosh,
side have any
they never
objections to...
treat teachers
key
with
to
respect
refuting-
these days, damn kids.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel.
Their bio says, I saw the face of God and it was weeping.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Oh shit, I have to add Lenny to my teapot before I forget. How do I get there again? Alright.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon, when the countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which
Did you
is
hear the
where
others
the
from the
underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete
do
the
me a
magic
favor,
trick,
go
he
in
did
your
not remain
inventory
there for any
and
length
tell
of
me
time.
how much fragile
Finally,
resin you
he
have.
reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view.
So it looks like a moon,
Therefore,
little
he's
purple thing, just
innocent.
so purple. think this is called translucent legend.
Successful.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Carol hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
I remember those days until
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? What? You're saying that he wasn't?
Where is this stupid thing located? Okay, so yeah, it's fragile resin. Please be in the 20s, please be in the 20s. Wait. Kakashi. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay. Repeat what you said to me. How many fragile resin do you have?
What?
Really... This is a dream come true. Good. That's actually really good, so you're not in a bad spot. So basically, fragile resin, you use that to replenish 60 of your resin. So that way you don't have to wait for it to refresh and keep farming a domain until you're pretty much done with it. So with the amount that you have, you legitimately can get, say you save up and you get a new character and their signature weapon. With that amount of fragile resin, you basically have enough to max him out. Max him, his weapon, and his talents, except for the special talent materials from the weekly boss. But you'll be able to get him pretty much done, and then still have enough over to just keep farming for relics for him. That's also possibly why you're struggling a bit too. Your relics and your team comp. But you'll get there. It's just gonna take time. You're fine. You'll probably end up beating Kakashi tomorrow. I keep forgetting that I have this. Let me go ahead and wish. Oh, new recipe. What's this? If it's not Mona, I don't want it. If it's not Mona, I don't want it. I don't have Mona. It's the only standard character I don't have. Well, except for Tanari. And it's double blue. This game's racist.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played. To think you'd use such logic.
Whose co-op should I try to...
Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Oh, that's actually pretty.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? The deceased's name is
That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between... Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lenny as well. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Who's this? Trying to join when I'm trying to solve a fucking crime. Come on, man.
I almost felt like that was me by accident, but I've double-checked the name.
Yeah, I saw it
The
wasn't
time,
anybody
the
I know.
timing was impeccable.
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So, the deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Man, I miss big Genshin co-ops where it was literally 4 people.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, the sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. No one entered or left the Opera House.
Alright.
Fuck.
Callie,
I got one correct.
I'm gonna need you to pull an all-nighter.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Okay? No sleep. Sorry, let me put the real
The
person.
deceased's
No sleep.
name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well.
Good.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
I think it's the Archon. I said Archon. Archon, and then just in
Halsey's
case, do the world
clothing
quest,
was
but
in the
focus
tunnel.
the Archon first.
So there must have been some fear that she would attract
Or just
attention.
get the world quest out of the way. The world quest is just only showing us one story quest, right? For you? No, never mind. Yeah, those are just side quests. Ignore those. And if you still keep getting the notification, just go through the top main ones first, and then keep trying. And sometimes it even tells you how I checked on yours a couple
What's
times.
wrong, Traveler?
There's
Are
like
you still having trouble
up arrow
figuring things
option
out?
where it told me like specific quests I had to do finish first for doing certain
I
other stuff.
see how it is.
That's not the
So
case
this
for
was
you,
all
per
just
se.
a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Because there's
Look,
some Archon quests
since
that
we're
will
at a
lock
dead
it
end,
lot
why not consider a different
finish
track?
a certain
Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely.
We all know what's gonna happen if you don't do it.
And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Bed and some organs. And I know this because
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents. But do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
this one dude's bio
If the defense is unable to
I'm
make
not
further
free to
effective
play,
arguments,
but I'm
we
free
will move
tonight.
on to the next stage of the trial.
Lenny was not
Just a
in the
real
tunnel at
French.
that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Oh, shit.
No one entered or left the Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. It would have been tough for both people. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
As
gets
long
it!
as you're not
It all
like,
comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
It's gonna take you longer,
If
but
there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
The first time I downloaded on mobile, like, I don't feel like doing this. This is a lot of work for a mobile game. I'm good. And then I came back, and I was on PlayStation.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well.
All day, every day.
Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps a new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
Damn, they declined it. This one dude's bio.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
What AR are you?
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that Water from the primordial sea.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
Ugh. This again.
What are you complaining about now? We're vibing
I gotta
here, and all we hear is
solving
you say,
another fucking prime suspect crime plan.
Well, too bad. I'm trying to fraternize with
I
Callie, and
don't
you're ruining
know
it.
The rope
Did you
that
not
strung
pay
the water
attention?
tank up was lit
No.
by the fireworks and cut. As
Well,
such,
if you
the
do it
focus
wrong
here
enough
is on the
times,
water and not the tank.
it'll take you through a cutscene. I know this because I can be stupid sometimes. Anyways. It tells you, and you just, like, knock it off over time. You're like, nope, you can't do that one. Until you eventually get it right, so it's not bad. You know what? I think we're just gonna go fight Raiden. She needs a beating today again. I will show you eternity of Lenny. There's another Lenny in here I'm fighting.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As such, the focus here is on the water and not the tank. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that.
Oh fuck. I got 2 right though.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box.
Alright. There
I
we go.
almost
I got it.
died to bullshit.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial sea inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close. Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization. Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
Oh no! Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rosula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila!
Hey, she alive?
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nap me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective. The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened. The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowl. Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowl leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowl out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days!
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light!
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow! Look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyney, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lyney...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Lyney this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Like, I feel it'd be hella taxing sometimes.
So that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
I miss the days that I actually, like, stayed up all night.
She
I didn't have an
has
issue.
her own plans. She has gained permission from the Sarita to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
What? No, I'm just listening to the Lenny talk.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Oh my god, my
To us
toes are
orphans,
falling asleep.
the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
Bye, Linny!
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there... Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navi is treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
I will be on later today, though. I got the farm, the new talent domain. Yay. You probably won't be on tomorrow, is what you're about to say? Is that what I just heard? There is no not sure, there is a sure. You're supposed to be on Genshin every fucking day from now on, okay? Okay. You got yourself back into this, Genshin gonna take you out. And I don't care if you come out looking like a dry SpongeBob in the end, because it'll be worth it, kind of, not really, kind of, not really. Alright, good night.
Nothing. Oh, all the way over here. Oh.
I came here
this
several
was
times with my
party
father when I
until
was
it
little.
kicked me out for some reason.
Stopped eating it.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a...
In that case,
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
No.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal.
Oh,
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
What? Destiny? No.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
What?
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists.
What?
Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing.
Yeah.
That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through. Where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. if we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
Damn, Paimon.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Navia.
Let's get ready to try to meet the
Probably
Hydro
gonna
again.
make her rest one because she's got a Geo vision.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Act 2 has started. What? I got a shit ton. I don't care about them. There's a fountain somewhere in Fontaine. Where is it? This fountain where you gotta level up by collecting chests around Fontaine. Oh! I did not mean to do that. I just killed the birdie. What? I'm working on trying to get him to 90. Miko's 90. Barbara's 90. D-Luke's 80. Raiden Shogun's 80. Albedo's 70. I mean, not 70. 90. Oh. Start. Oh, there it is.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Mind if I... Oh! Rude. Climb.
Let the show begin.
Oops, wrong button.
Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Useless.
Let's dance. Right here. Emerge. Right here.
So much shit happening. It's very cramped. I got him when I was trying to witch for, Raiden.
Things are... I'll protect us.
Nailed it. Well, that's unlocked. Going underwater. What is that? A crab? Oh, it is. Give me that babe crab.
Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
I don't even have to do anything. Oh, there's more of his friends. Sorry. Looking at me. Alright, press the circle button to dive. Ah! Look at this! I'm swimming underwater! He looks like a mermaid now. There's an air, limited air here. The blue bar next to me. I'm going for that teleporter. Oh, it's so exciting that you can swim underwater. It's obviously you can only do it in Fontaine, I think. Dude, I see. Oh, look at all the fishies. Oh, to what? Wait, what? Oh! What did that do? Sometimes these strange, whatever, source water will appear beside you, allowing you to unleash power using your will and deliver attacks. What? Time what? Oh, hitting those sea creatures will absorb and restore stamina and HP to your character. Let me do that. Oh. What does this button do? Oh, I'm going up. Wait, somebody wants to fight me? Oh, it's the crab! Ah! Back off! Yo. New way of fighting. Okay, so I guess you don't have to go above water to breathe. It's just your stamina from underwater. Apparently. Okay. Whoops, wrong button. Yeah, you know, it's only in Fontaine you can go underwater because it's the different colors of the water how it's lit. So yeah. For the fucking music that are playing when going underwater here. Oh my god. Oh, there would be hydro stars under here that you can collect. So they'll be underwater as well. What's this? Okay. Oh! The little circle bubbles give you some boost. I don't know what I collected there. I thought it was a star. Oh, it's right there. Give me that star. Get another star. Boop. So many fucking teleporters. Seahorse fighting each other. Stop. Oh, I don't want to fight them. I'm just gonna grab out star. Oh shit! have to get oxygen. Oh, there it is. Fontaine's, I just realized, because the speed bar. Fontaine's low speed will actually recover your speed back in Fontaine's water. But in your regular water, it won't come back. You end up drowning. Shit. Wrong button. What did I get? Dolphins. Just going to every single waypoint and unlocking. down here? Holy crap. Oh no, what happened to this guy? Or is he just getting a tan? Whoa, what are those? Swans? Oh! Are you trying attacking me? Those are weird looking swans. What?
Right now, right here, emerge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're different stages.
Right now, emerge.
What?
Right here. Right now.
Higher and higher.
Right here. Emerge.
Ouch.
Right here. Right now. Don't tell me that's everything. Let's dance.
Here!
Oh, you're leaving? had, I don't know, he was very shocked to see where the heck you're going on with your character and stuff. The heck did I just started?
Why would anyone want... Forget it. It's not my concern. Useless. Worthless!
Suffocate! Suffocate!
Right here.
Suffocate! The hunter becomes the hunted.
Emerge, right now.
Becomes the hunted.
There's quality here. Useless. Boring. Ugh.